We are making that mad dash to 4 ER, and yeah, that's right. I'm sure you can already see the heavy chopper and the seekers available for 4 engine room. Two firsts for this season with regards to the vanishing deck layouts or vanishing deck sections, and the fact that the very last 2 nodes on the tech tree are proto multi-nodes, and you have the option of Supercell giving us 2. We got a new season of Boom Beach Warships right around the corner, season 54. All hands on deck, and this season's got a couple new things coming along with it as well. Skull Army, you can see one of them on the screen already, and once we dive on into the tech tree, we're going to be breaking down, actually, well, we will be unlocking the entirety of the tech tree, talking tech, talking deck layouts, and just talking warships in general. Skull Army, this will be your sneak peek for Boom Beach Warship Season 54, all hands on deck. I will have to give a quick disclaimer as well. I am on the developer build account, which is a private server lent to me by Supercell for the purpose of testing out new features and updates to then showcase to you, the Skull Army and friends. And I also would like to say that it feels absolutely amazing to be here making this sneak peek for you, Skull Army and friends, and it is a blessing to have you all watching as well. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Skull Army. Peace, love, and respect. I hope you all had a phenomenal and a very Merry Christmas with your friends and your family, and let's talk warships. First and foremost, yes, all hands on deck right in our faces. As soon as you start the season, this will be the first thing you see. This season has a new feature, vanishing deck sections. I still don't really know what's going to happen. As I unlock the tech tree with you, my friends, we're going to be experiencing this for the first time together here. Well, technically, I will be experiencing it first, recording it, and then you will be experiencing it when the video is released. But yeah, I'm literally going to be seeing this for the first time right now. Engine rooms on these sections will be moved to a free spot, while other buildings will be put in storage. I'm already kind of scratching my head because as you unlock the next engine room, the deck layout normally gets bigger. So it's going to be getting bigger, but yet sections will be vanishing. This is going to be very exciting. So without further ado, Skull Army, we're going to roll this intro and get this sneak peek started. Let's do this. Good morning, good afternoon, and yes, good evening, Skull Army and friends. It's your boy, your friendly neighborhood SkullCrusher, coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. And in today's video, the sneak peek and full tech tree unlock for Boom Beach Warship Season 54, all hands on deck. Now, this will be a 3-week season starting on Monday, January the 1st. The hell is Supercell doing to us here? I'm sure more than enough of you will still be a little bit, glug glug or just, as we start this season here. That's if you will be starting the season on Monday, January the 1st. For me, keep in mind, that's a 3 a.m. EST start time. 3-week season starting on Monday, January the 1st, going right up until Sunday, January the 21st. Now, I also want to point out these chest rank values, because even though we are on a 3-week season, I feel like these chest rank values have changed up a little bit. So starting things off actually with our wood rank chest, as you can see right over here, your keys are going to be 15 and your tokens will be 260,000. That seems pretty straightforward. As we progress to our stone chest here, your keys will be 16. We're increasing by 1, and your tokens will be 290,000. As we progress to the iron rank, we then go to 18 keys with 325,000 tokens. As we then jump to gold rank, I think it's 20. Gold rank chest is going to be 20 keys with 360,000 upgrade tokens. Diamond rank chest, check this out, instead of 25, it's actually 22. So it is 22 keys with 400,000 upgrade tokens. And then of course, as we do make our way to legendary, as you can see, 25 keys, 450,000 unlocked tokens. It does look like some of these chest rank values have changed up a little bit. I believe Diamond used to be 25 and Legendary used to be 30. So it seems like they have decreased the chest rank values a little bit with Diamond and Legendary. Now, before we do dive on into the tech tree here, we're going to be unlocking everything. And I mean everything. So instead of the standard, you know, going through the deck layouts here and then going into the tech tree and then we're going to be experiencing everything together here. So we're going to be unlocking every single node on the tech tree: 2 ER tech, 3 ER tech, 4 ER tech, 5 ER tech, 6 ER tech, and 7 ER tech. So before we do dive on into the complete, I should say full and complete tech tree unlock, please do not forget to leave a like on today's video. Skull Army does mean the absolute world to me. It does help the channel grow, and it does appease our YouTube algorithm overlords. Thank you, my friends. I guess this would be your first look at the tech tree for season 54 here. We'll give it a quick skim across here. Some things you're going to notice already right off the bat here, such as your troop boost. And yes, troop boost will be available this season. I would also like to point out that your season statistics will be plus 100% across the board. That's right. That means your TD, your TH, your GBE, your BH, and your BD, DBD for some, will be plus 100% fully across the board. We got a very even season for season statistics here. This is also going to be new here. I'm just going to show you guys because it's crazy. The very last 2 nodes on the tech tree are proto nodes, and you have the option of, well, everybody has the option here, of course, of picking a proto weapon, but then we're getting 2. We're getting 2 prototypes here. So can you imagine having 2 Doom Cannons, and then on the very last one, you're picking up 2 Sky Shields, or 2 Grapplers, or 2 damage amplifiers? This is crazy. So 2 firsts for the season with regards to the vanishing deck layouts or vanishing deck sections, and the fact that the very last 2 nodes on the tech tree are proto multi-nodes, and you have the option of Supercell giving us 2 for whatever one we pick. So that's a first right there. That's going to be really exciting. The season is going to be stacked with the prototypes. I would also like to point out that there are 9 multi-nodes on this tech tree, with 2 of them being troop boost nodes and 4 of them being proto nodes. And we just got our first look at the very last 2 nodes on the tech tree, which is crazy because now we're going to have 2 when we do pick whichever prototype that we want. So let's go all the way back to 2 ER here, and there's a bunch of things that are jumping out to me already. As a warrior player, I have to say this right off the bat here. Warriors available in 2 ER for 18 keys. Pay attention to the defenses that are available in 2 ER. There's no splash damage. It's all single shot. You've got cannons and you've got snipers. Not to mention, yes, okay, they got the shock mines there to scare the warrior players. That's not going to do anything, okay? With 0 splash damage defense in 2 ER, max your landing craft, max your warriors, you will dominate 2 ER until you start matching 3 ERs. That's how it's going to work. And I also want to point out that you can unlock Zookas for 22, and of course mech will be your starting troop. But I had to point that out with the fact that we've got warriors available. Flare is right there as well. No splash damage. Okay, they got shock mines to be like, ooh, no shock mines, warriors no good. With 0 splash damage, trust me, these warriors are going to dominate 2 ER. I'm not sure how they're going to do past 2 ER, but if you are going to be rocking 2 ER, honestly, I'm going to play 2 ER on one account and see how far I can take warriors. Very, very exciting here. So, all right, let's talk about our starting nodes, our free nodes. So we do have our gunboat, which is our starting node for defense. We've got cannon, we've got sniper, shock mine as a starting node. I'm not sure if we've had that. We probably have at some point, but shock mine is there, and of course landing craft as well. A general rule of thumb when you are playing warships, you max your landing craft. Max landing craft means you carry more troops means more damage essentially means a faster win, or at least that's how it should play out. So very, very exciting here. Now as we actually start the tech tree with the mech in 2 engine room here, it's going to cost you the exact same keys depending on if you go top path or bottom path. Why? By the way, that is your first statistic node on the tech tree. Building damage will be your first stat available. So that building damage was 22 to unlock, and then of course warriors are 18, and then you go right down to your flare at 18. Well, keep in mind it's 18 to unlock the bottom path here. It's a multi-node with defenses. You know what? We'll pick a cannon. Why not? And then your Zookas are 22. The cost of the nodes have literally just flip-flopped. So instead of being 22 and 18, it's 18 and then 22. So it's literally cost costing you 40, I believe 18 and 22. Yeah, 40 keys to get to the flare if you go top path or bottom path. And then once you do unlock your flare, it's 18 keys regardless if you go top or bottom path. So it's actually pretty balanced in 2 ER there with regards to the keys that you're going to spend on your way to 3 engine room. But again, very exciting that we've got the Warriors available. 0 freaking splash damage. They're giving you single shot. They're trying to scare you with the shock mines, but I honestly really believe that Warriors will probably be the fastest into engine room. Again, I don't know how well they're going to do past 2 ER, especially when you see what's available in 3 and 4 engine room. Heavy chopper, excuse me. Hope you guys aren't getting sick. But with that being said, Zukas in the long run probably will be the better option. But if you want to have fun, if you are playing multiple accounts, oh, absolutely send the Warriors. Okay, so now let's make that jump to 3 engine room. So this is what 2 ER looks like right here. Okay, let's go 3 ER. Unlock. I'm so confused. Where's my vanishing deck section? Okay, so the deck just got bigger. The ER has been placed. We got a message in a bottle floating in no man's land. A lot of people are always curious about what the bottle is on the dev build. Well, there you go. Test bottle message. So, all right, guys, I honestly, I didn't really notice anything other than pretty normal to me, other than the fact that the deck layout itself just got bigger. I'm just trying to tap the whole deck layout here to see if any of the UI maybe will anything will happen. Maybe no, doesn't look like it. So maybe we'll find out as we progress a little bit more here. But now we are into 3 engine room, and this is where things really start getting exciting here. So our first hero available this season will be Dr. Kavan in 3 engine room. So right after we unlock 3 ER, we make our way over to troop damage. That is 20 keys to unlock, and then boom mines at 20 keys. This is where you can make your choice of going top path, bottom path, or continue the streamline to 4 engine room. So if you are a streamline player and your goal each season is literally just to get to the next engine room as fast as possible, well, then you will unlock your machine gun for 22, and then you will be right there at 4 engine room. But we're not going to jump to 4 ER just yet. You know, we just unlocked 3 ER. Let's talk about some of the other tech, some of the other stuff that is available here. So right after you get that boom mine, let's say if you don't go machine gun in 4 ER, you can actually go top path or bottom path, and both top and bottom have some interesting choices here. So top path, we have a proto node, which is our first proto multi-node. Microwaver 1, hot pot 1, boom surprise 1. We'll pick up a hot pot 1 just because. And then rifleman for 18 keys. You're gonna have to pay a rifleman tax if you do want to get your rocket choppers for 36 keys. So yes, your rocket choppers are in 3 engine room on a dead end node, top path, after you pay the rifleman tax. So let's say now we go bottom path here. After that boom mine unlock, we have a multi-node, not a proto multi-node, just a multi-node here. Sniper tower, machine gun, or boom mine. I want to start stacking up some of my splash damage here. So we're going to go machine gun. And now we have 2 viable options here. We can either pick up shock launcher or we can pick up Kavan. So again, let's say if you want to pick up Kavan first, you're going to pay 18 keys to unlock your smoke, and then a very standard 42 keys to unlock your hero. So we'll pick up the good doctor there for 42. But let's say you're feeling a little bit more dangerous. You're going to have to pay a grenadier tax. At this point in Warships, I don't even know if it's paying a gren tax, because we know how effective grenadiers can be. We know how effective grenadiers have been. Shout out to all the players that are rocking grens that have just crushed it in Warships. Jess, to name one of the many. Shout out to Jess. But then 42 keys. You're literally paying the exact same to unlock your shock launcher as you are to unlock Dr. Kavan. So you really got to ask yourself, okay, you know, Dr. Kavan or shock launcher first. I think majority of the player base will end up going Dr. Kavan, but yeah, it's pretty cool there. You can also stack up on your shock launcher for 3 engine room. So now we are making that mad dash to 4 ER. And yeah, that's right. I'm sure you can already see the heavy chopper and the seekers available for 4 engine room. That's right. Heavy chopper and seekers are available for 4 engine room this season. Let's take one last good look at the 3 ER deck layout there. Move somebody over here. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Okay, right back over. Let's unlock engine room number 4 for 65 keys. And what happens? Okay, so all my ERs are now at the top here. Look at that 4 ER deck layout, guys. That is absolutely massive. I like how it's literally split. You know, you got the left side, and you got the right side. Left side is fat, right side is skinny. Yeah. So, I mean, that looks great. I mean, it looks great for ground troops, and it looks great for flying troops, because keep in mind that our flying troops can go right across the gaps, which is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that's your 4ER deck layout for Season 54. Now let's kind of break down and talk a little bit more about the 4-engine room tech. Again, let's put ourselves in the shoes of a streamline player. You're making that mad dash right to the next engine room. So you're going to have your first building health available for 24 keys. Then you have to get medics. I don't even know if that's a medic tax because you are on the main path here. And then you go to building health. I do believe we got BH. No, we got BD. We got TD. TH, and now that's our first building health node available in a 4-engine room. And then you're going to get mortars. We're stacking up more splash damage. It's actually really nice to see defenses on the main path with regards to machine gun from 3ER to 4ER, and now mortar from 4ER to 5ER. So before we pay 90 keys to unlock the 5th engine room here, we're gonna, break down the 4ER tech if we're not streamlining it. So of course we have to take top path first. Why? Well, because we're gonna unlock the med kit for 20, and now again we're in a similar situation like we were from 3 to 4 here, where you have either Kavan or shock launchers, but in this retrospect it's Seekers or heavy chopper. Again, this is 4-engine room, Skull Army. 4-engine room. You can already go Seekers or heavy chopper, depending on what you want more. So let's say we want to go heavy chopper first here. So we're going to have to unlock the rocket launcher for 40, and then for 44 keys, the heavy chopper is actually more expensive than the heroes on the tech tree here. 2 more keys to be exact, 44 versus the standard 42 keys for your hero. So 44 keys to unlock, and keep in mind that it's got a boost node on it as well. So you will be able to boost the heavy chopper, but keep in mind we haven't seen heavies yet. So that's something you're going to have to think of. Do I want to rush all the way to heavy choppers if I know heavies aren't available yet? Some players, it's a logical question. What do you think? But let's say if we want to end up getting Seekers because we're like, screw it, no heavies, I'm not getting heavy choppers yet. You do have to pay 42 keys for Captain Everspark, but maybe you skipped Kavan and you got the shock launchers, and now you're paying 42 keys for your first hero. And then 44 keys, oh my Lanta, just like the heavy chopper, bloody expensive. So the heavy chopper and the Seekers actually cost more to unlock than heroes. I don't know if it's always been like that, but regardless, yeah, pretty expensive, but pretty exciting as well. So, and again, Seekers have a boost on it, which means you will be able to boost Seekers if you do choose so. Keep in mind, shock launchers available in 3ER to counter the Seekers, and now Seekers available in 4ER. I really like how Supercell is actually building this tech tree, kind of really thinking ahead here. Well, it's like, all right, Seekers in 4, let's kind of throw them a curveball by putting shock launcher in 3. And keep in mind, shock mines available in 2ER, and it's a free node as well. So already, kudos to Supercell on this tech tree here. So very exciting, guys. But let's say we go bottom path here. It's not much of a bottom path here because after that initial troop health unlock, you can pay 20 keys to pick up your first gunboat energy node, and then there's 28 keys here for your second proto multi node. So that first proto multi node was the microwaver, the hot pot. Where are you? Microwaver, Hot Pot, and Boom Surprise from 2ER to 3ER. Now from 3ER to 4ER. Now from 4ER to 5ER here on that bottom path, you've got your second Proto Multi-Node. Shock Blaster 1, Hot Pot 1, Flotsam Cannon 1. I picked up a Hot Pot already, so we're going Shock Blaster here. And then that is your tech from 4ER going to 5ER. So a lot of players, the big question is going to be heavy chopper or Seekers, but again, the big conundrum as well is that heavies are not available yet. So how effective are our heavy choppers going to be if we don't actually have the DPS, the heavies, available yet? Your heavies are going to be a very measly level 1. So that is going to be something to think about. So let's make that jump now to 5 engine room. 5 engine room. Let's take one last look at that 4ER deck layout. Absolutely beautiful. Right back to our tech tree here. For 90 keys, we will unlock the 5th engine room. And there we go. So now we got everything stacked up very nicely up top here. And yeah, I don't know, maybe if your deck layout is like fully placed with defenses and of course your engine rooms, then maybe something happens. But I mean, right now, considering we're not putting out any defenses, I'm not sure if that's having any effect on our vanishing deck sections yet. But I mean, Still haven't really seen anything out of the ordinary. But yeah, that is our 5 engine room deck layout. Let's get back over to the tech tree and let's talk a little bit about 5 ER tech. So already right off the bat, I want to point out that it does look like that we have 2 heroes available from 5 in 5ER, 5ER to 6ER. It looks like Brick on the top path there and Private Bullet on the bottom path there. And I also want to point out that Bombas, our Bombardiers, are available on a dead-end node on the bottom path in 5 engine room. So that first node that you're going to unlock on the standard path, again, let's take that beeline, that right to the next engine room. So right after 5ER, Boom Cannon for 30. Again, that's awesome that we got so many defenses on the main path. Boom Cannon, you know, Mortar, Machine Gun as well. So for the players that are just taking that streamline to the next ER, very, very exciting that there's so many defenses on the standard path here. So now we got to ask ourselves, okay, Boom Cannon, actually no, after Boom Cannon, it's Tank. There's nothing to ask ourselves. And again, depending on how badly you want to get to 6ER, you can pay 42 keys for Brick. Maybe that's your first hero. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe those 42 keys are well spent because you've been streamlining it to the next ER, and now technically Brick would be your first hero. And then you can go right to 6ER for 110 keys. But with that being said, you can also pay 26 keys for a troop boost node. This is our first troop boost node. Tank, Cryoneer, or Grenadier. We're going to boost that tank just because we can. So your first troop boost node is available in 5 engine room. But check this out. Maybe you're a Bomba player and maybe you just really, really want those Bombardiers. After you unlock that Boom Cannon, I hate to say this, you got to pay a cryo tax. The fastest way to Bombardiers here. 26 keys for that cryo tax, and then 34 keys to unlock Artillery. Artillery is an amazing tool in the toolbox for warships. Very well spent 34 keys right there. 22 keys for our second GBE node. Keep in mind, we unlocked our first one right over here, and now we just unlocked our second one. We had to pay a GBE tax to get to our Bombas. Our Bombas are only 40 keys to unlock this season as well. Very, very cool. So Bombas available in 5 engine room. Bottom path all the way at the end. But then check this out, guys. You got Flamethrower on the opposite bottom path here going towards 6 engine room for 24 keys. And then again, for all my Bullet players, you know, is Kavan king or is Bullet king? Well, in this situation, Bullet is going to be king. 42 keys to unlock. And then again, if you go bottom path, take a little bit longer way around, you will be able to eventually pick up Bullet. Or if you're just beelining it and you're streamlining it to that next ER, Brick looks like will be your first hero. So before we do now make that jump to 6 engine room for 110 keys, let's take one last look there at our 5 ER deck layout. Again, I'm loving the gaps here. This is going to be amazing for the flying troops. This looks a little bit weird here. Maybe that's part of the vanishing deck sections, but regardless, that is your 5 ER deck layout for Season 54, all hands on deck. We're going to pay 110 keys now to unlock the 6 engine room, but some stuff to point out for 6 ER, heavies. Heavy Chopper and 4 ER, heavies and 6 ER. I think that's going to make a lot of people really, really, you know, question whether if they want heavy choppers that early, knowing that, you know, there's no heavies until 6 ER, but that also means no heavy rush, no early heavy rush. So 110 keys to unlock the 6th ER. Let's do it. What do we got? Oh! I think we've seen that before, actually. Great for flying troops, okay? Do not drop ground troops on a ramp where there's literally nowhere for the ground troops to go. You need to understand that your ground troops are literally just going to run to the top of the ramp and then just stop because they're stupid. And their AI, their UI, whatever, will not allow them to cross the gap here. So that's only for flying troops. Do not drop ground troops on the 6 ER left ramp. I repeat, do not drop ground troops on the 6 ER left side ramp, okay? Just big waste right there. But this is your deck layout for 6 engine room. Now let's jump back to the tech tree and talk a little bit more about our 6 ER tech. So of course, the first node that you will unlock is a multi-node. And again, so many defenses on the main path here. Last season, there was nothing, okay? Keep in mind, I was a main path player with my Captain Borealis account, and there was literally like snipers, flamethrowers, and mines, and that was it. This season, there are so many defenses, so many multi-nodes on that main path that will allow you to stack your defenses here. So you know what? We're gonna go shock launcher just because we can. So that first node you will unlock after 6 ER will be the shock launcher. Now again, let's save that. We're going to be streamlining it. We're making that mad dash for 7 ER. So it looks like after the multi-node, it will be our building health node. I believe that's our second building health, so 100% BH there for 26 keys. Scorchers for 30, and then critters for 32, which then will allow us to go to 7 engine room. But we're not going to go to 7 ER yet because we're going to unlock the rest of the tech here. I still can't believe that heavies are in 6 ER and those heavy choppers are just chilling in 4. That is hilarious. So again, let's go top path now. So let's say after that shock launcher, you're like, nah, my troops are taking a beating. I need to add more troop health. Well, that's your 100% troop health right there. Remember, even season statistics across the board. It is plus 100% for all your season stats here. And then laser rangers available in 6 ER. These ladies have absolutely changed the game when it comes to warships, a force to be reckoned with. Regular mines in 6 ER. This is normally either a free node or just in 2 ER, maybe 3 ER. Very rare that we'll have mines in 6 ER. So 22 keys to unlock our mines. And then as we shoot down, because maybe we want to pick up those critter launchers before we go 7, you can also pick up your critter launchers after you go 7 as well. But we're going to pick up that barrage right there for 36. And then your heavies, so cheap as well. 22 keys to unlock your heavies. I feel like with that unlock cost, they should be in 2 or 3 ER, but 22 keys to unlock the heavies in 6 engine room. And then of course 36 keys for your critter launchers if you're going to branch off, if you are picking up the critter launchers before you end up going 7 ER. And yes, I also would like to point out, I think this is the first time we've touched on this, remote defibrillator will be the only limited gunboat ability available this season, and it will be available in 7 engine room. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, okay, let's take one last look at the 6 ER deck for Season 54. Remember, don't be an idiot. Do not drop your ground troops on the 6 ER deck layout on the left-hand side. Your troops will not do anything. They're going to stand there and just bleh, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, let's go 7 ER. Da-na-na, 7 ER. 165. It's pretty sure it's always 165 keys every single season. But here we go. 7 ER here, and that actually looks pretty cool. I like the little choke point that we got right here. But again, you know, all our flying troops are available. Choke points mean nothing if you got flying troops. But with that being said, now you can drop your troops on either the left ramp or the right ramp. They're not just going to be stranded. They're not going to be stranded because of the gap. But with that being said, Skull Army, this will be your deck layout, your 7 engine room deck layout for Season 54. All hands on deck. Now, let's get back to the tech tree and talk a little bit about the tech here. Your very first node that you're going to unlock after 7 ER is shock. This is torture. I mean, half the player base doesn't even make it to 7 ER, which means more than half the player base this season will not be playing with shock. I will pray for you. But with that being said as well, right after shock, guys, I mean, if you want to mad dash it for troop damage, if you want to mad dash it for that remote defibrillator, then for 30 keys, look at that. That is your second troop boost node. And what do we have? We've got Seeker, we've got Heavy Chopper, we've got Bomba freaking Deer. But you know what? We're going crazy for the Heavy Chopper, so we're going to boost that Heavy Chopper right now. We've picked up our heavies. We haven't, you know, max them yet, but you know what, that's where your troop boost node will be for the Heavy Chopper, the Seeker, the Heavy Chopper, or the Bombardier. Very cool. And then that's your 100% troop damage right there. And for 30 keys, you will be able to pick up your remote defibrillator. And then as we continue to finish off the tech tree, after we snag our troop boost node, our troop damage, our remote defibrillator, 30 keys for that building damage, and then the juiciness, okay? The juice, 2 freaking prototypes, okay, for 30 keys for 2 prototypes. What is this witchcraft? 2 doom cannons. Beautiful. 30 keys again. You know what? 2 grapplers. Okay, that's right. There's going to be a ton of sky shields. Well, not a ton, a couple, depending on who chooses it. But I think you're gonna. I think you're gonna see a wide variety of prototypes here. You know, depends if there's a standard 7 ER defensive meta that the majority of the players build because that's what the meta is. But I like the options here. I like the variety. I like that there's literally. And I don't think people will pick 2 CMOs. You never know. I think Doom Cannons or Laser Beams will be very popular. And I think every single one of these will be popular. DAs, you can't go wrong. Again, keep in mind, it's only 100% building damage. So, but then again, stacking 2 level 3 DAs with 100% building damage, keep in mind, you can have those 2 damage amplifiers beside each other and just really, really stack those rocket launchers. Again, 2 Sky Shields, I think you'll see everywhere. And 2 level 3 grapplers. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll see a lot of grapplers as well. Grapplers are an absolute nuisance. So overall, Skull Army, a freaking very, very, very exciting tech tree. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are with regards to season 54, all hands on deck, the supposedly vanishing deck sections, and this absolutely absurd but amazing tech tree, because honestly, I like it. After breaking it down and unlocking it with you, my friends, I'm really liking this, okay? I'm already kind of foreseeing where we will be starting. And yes, guys, I will be streaming at season start for the beginning of Boom Beach Warship Season 54, all hands on deck. For those of you that have actually made it this far to the video, now you know. But with all that being said, guys, this looks like an absolutely amazing season. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I'm already looking forward to it. I know a lot of you are as well. With all that being said, Skull Army and friends, before we do officially wrap up our sneak peek video, I hope you all, again, had a wonderful Christmas with your friends, with your family. I hope you're enjoying your time off. For those of you that are still working, I hope you are just crushing it, kicking butt, and taking names. We will officially be wrapping up the video. I do believe it is time to make like a Tom and cruise. Have a wonderful day. We'll catch you guys later. Peace!